shouldn't be this hard. I probably need some rest and not say anything I might regret. Not say it out loud, eyes open, but I bite my lip. We never had it so good, we never had it so bad, baby. Never want to back down, it's just a lot of little things lately. Neighbors move, no surprise. They got evicted, but we're getting by. Keeping this ship upright, one little thing at a time. You never had it so good, you never had it so bad, baby. Never want to back down, it's just a lot of little things lately. The Lord of the Flies. So keep a clear head, keep something by the bed, keep on telling the truth, just like Orwell said. Never had it so good, never had it so bad, baby. Never want to back down, it's just a lot of little things lately. Never had it so good, never had it so bad, baby. Never want to back down, it's just a lot of little things lately. Well, you know, I'm going to go with that one. That's take, I don't know how many, but I was just working this song out today for Acoustic, and I just wrote this song yesterday, and, you know, shit just doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I've been, you know, starting this project, trying to make a playlist of acoustics for at least my reference, and some of the songs that I've played for you already, they're, you know, they're like 15 or 20 years old, so they've had time to satchify and to get that muscle memory and stuff, and this one is literally brand new. Like, just wrote it yesterday, just started figuring it out on guitar today, because the guitar part, it's a collaboration, so this would be a co-write with a friend of mine named Hux, and so he had written the guitar part, and he's a shredder, so it was a lot more, what he sent me was a lot more elaborate. And this is our fourth project along these lines, and I'm having a lot of fun. I think we're both having a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. And what I've been doing is, he's like an incredibly gifted songwriter on guitar, and can create like the structure and the platform and everything for really great lyrics and vocals to go on top of. But then he wants to, you know, kind of see what I can do with that, which I'm very honored to be, you know, to have a chance to see what I can contribute. So this one was a little bit interesting coming from him. Just got it yesterday. You know, he was like, I generally, you know, write a different chord progression for something that's going to be the verse versus the chorus, possibly the bridge as well. And he was like, this one is just a 4-chord kind of circuit, and that's just how I'm hearing it. And so it's going to need to be, like, verses and choruses are going to have to be differentiated texturally or with dynamics or intensity. And that could possibly lead to the song coming out a little folksy, or who knows. It came out like a little bit folksy, right? I hope that you're able to kind of hear that through all my mistakes, you know? And I always ask him, like I said, this is our fourth one together. And then what I do is I write the lyrics, I write the vocals, and then I go into Suno, which is AI, and I see what I can do with creating like a mock-up, you know, of a polished version. And that turned out really good. And I think what I'm going to need to do is create like a separate playlist so that, you know, these are AI singers, but they're fantastic, you know. So in that case, if I end up doing that, then I'll add a description to that kind of polished mock-up, you know, in the, I'll add a link to it. But I always ask him, you know, if he has some kind of guidance for me for the theme or the treatment or the subject matter, and he's like, no, just I wrote what I wrote. So so I just kind of try to take it the direction that I hear, that I feel. And it's weird. So this is definitely a new way of creating for me. I've always written vocals and lyrics for my own songs. I've never tried to sort of match that up with something that was supplied to me with the music already, and it turns out it's awesome. It's so fun. I mean, part of the reason why it's so fun is because the stuff that he's giving me is so fantastic and so high quality. So I don't know, this probably wouldn't work with everybody, you know, but it's working with this guy. And so I don't know, it's strange. I'll just listen to it, and pretty much like the first time I listen to something he sends me, I'll get an idea for a hook, and it'll pretty much end up being that, you know. Like, I don't cycle through like 50 different ideas. Like, something just comes to me, and I won't even necessarily know what that hook is about, but I'll just get like a phrase that'll come into my mind. It was the same thing with this one, Little Things. So, you know, I went ahead and I kind of had a rough day because I'm long story, I'm not able to use my laptop Suno version right now. So I was trying to do this on my phone, like literally just like compose an entire project like on my phone, but it worked out pretty good. As far as my contribution to it, what this is about for me is, and the song name, I guess, is called Little Things Lately. Although alternatively, I have considered it could be called like Lord of the Flies, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, just no bones about it. You know, if you've been following my channel at all, I pretty much always say that we're not necessarily trapped, but they have designed a matrix for us to be trapped within that is designed to make us, you know, like domesticated cattle on a tax farm, like fat and sick and gay and dumb and poor and low T and under muscled and all these things. And that's what my channel is about, is like sovereigntying our way out of that and having discussions to that effect. And so with this song, never been one to back down. It's just a lot of little things lately. You know, people have always been kind of up against the ropes. I mean, you can't, the human condition, like, I don't think there's a time you can go back to where people haven't been between a rock and a hard spot, like average people just trying to raise kids and do normal stuff and work and have a vacation now and then. But the chorus, you know, we've never had it so good, we've never had it so bad, is, and then I make a reference to Orwell, right? Is like, we do enjoy like a wildly high-tech quality of life in so many ways, and even relative to the rest of the world. So that's amazing, you know. But in terms of being like average people being absolutely under attack and just like squeezed, and that's always been the case. Again, that's always been the case throughout all of history, because the powers that be are always squeezing the fucking people. But like, we're in irregular warfare right now, and we have been for a while. This is info war, and the casualties, they don't even know they're casualties. The combatants don't even know that they're combatants. Like, instead of being like, you know, the combatants versus the civilians, and some of that, you know, kinetic warfare like spills over onto civilian. No, it's completely irregular cognitive warfare now. Sorry if that's not what you thought you were getting into. Hear a little fucking song by like a girl in a dress, but like, that's, you know, my channel, my everything, you know, is like, we're here to chew gum and like wake the fuck up, you know, we're all out of gum. So jot that down. So that, I mean, that's what this song is about for me. We've never had it so good, we've never had it so bad. Sometimes I imagine myself like going back in time and trying to explain to people in the 1800s or even peasants or something like that, like what our problems are now, like how wild that would be, you know. And you know, if you get what I'm talking about, then you get it, and if you don't, then enjoy the song. I think the song, I had an earlier version of it that I ended up amending the lyrics a lot, because it's just, it's 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 easier to write a love song, okay? I don't know why that is. It's easier to, whether it's like a happy love song or a sad love song or something strictly interpersonal, it's easier to write that, for me anyway. And then if you veer off of that at all, then you get into these songs that sound kind of didactic or preachy, lyrics, I should say, that sound kind of didactic or preachy, or whoever it's gonna get, it's gonna alienate two other people. It's really hard to create something that's saying something that isn't like specifically romantically interpersonal, which for some reason songwriting is, you know, such a great avenue for that, and I've used it for that many times. But you know, I think this one works. I really think it works. And it's really cool to have this process where I'm not under any time constraint, but just to, I really want, like, once I, sorry, there's so many flies and everything going on. Like, I'm so sweaty. Like, once I get something going, I'm like a pit bull. I don't know. I can't stop. I didn't even walk my dog yesterday until I like finished this song. I just can't. I get so manic about it because I love it so much. So anyway, that is either Little Things Lately or Lord of the Flies, possibly. Tell me what you think. Like I said, there's a great polished AI version now, and you know, there's not going to be a link to that now, but if I go ahead and do a playlist, you know, then I'll link to that. You can look for that. So thank you for listening through all the mistakes. Very rough. I'd rather get something out imperfect than not get it out, you know. So there we go. Okay, have a good day.